कलीदार बच्चों को देख रहे, सभी बच्चे मुरली और मिलन के ऐसी यात्रा का सिवाय ब्रह्मा आत्माओं की और कोई हो नहीं सकता। ये ज्ञान मुरली और परमात्मा मिलन न्यारा और प्यारा दुनिया की अनेक आत्माएं परमात्मा मिलन की प्यासी है, इंतजार में है, लेकिन आप आत्माएं दुनिया के कोने में बुद्ध रूप में अपना श्रेष्ठ भाग्य प्राप्त कर रहे हो, क्योंकि दिव्य बात को जानने के लिए, देखने के लिए दिव्य बुद्धि और दिव्य दृष्टि चाहिए, जो बाद में आप विशेष आत्माओं को दी है। इसलिए आप ब्रह्म जान सकते और मिलन मना सकते। समझा ना सभी ने, समझा।
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vyakti Parivar. Today is day 23. Tapasya. Experimenting with yoga. Experiencing transformation. Tapasya means the balance of 2 points. To be a point, the soul, and to become the embodiment of the point of knowledge. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. Everyone looks well, is well, right? Yes, very good. Our hearts are full of love and we are very, very thankful to Baba. That Baba found each one of us. Right? There are billions of souls in the world, but Baba chose each one of us. Not only chose, but as a father, to meet him, to recognize him, to belong to him, Baba said needs a divine intellect and divine I. So he has to give us a gift even before we do anything. And that gift was of divine intellect and divine vision, divine I. Just feel for a moment that we didn't know him. Yes, we were calling out, we were doing prayers, but it is our fortune. Baba said it's the fortune. Just imagine such a elevated fortune that we got the gift of divine intellect. So what we did actually, when we did, really something to understand. So we had a moment to think, what, when I did that, I got this fortune that God gave us, divine intellect and divine vision. So we got time for reflection. You're feeling very fortunate, right? Because Baba said divine I, divine intellect can recognize Baba. Then we are such birds who are always waiting to meet Baba, take drishti from Baba, and also listen to Baba's Murli, right? Even just to have this love for Baba can keep us very, very connected to Baba, close to Baba. What Baba has given us, the thought is, what can I do in return for Baba? So one is belonging to Baba. And now we know that even just if I'm remembering Baba, even if I'm remembering Baba, world service is happening. Because not just spreading the vibrations, but there are many souls who need peace, who wants to experience God's love. So when I'm doing it, I'm really sharing. Not I have thought that I want to share with the world, but it's naturally happening. Like for negative thoughts, there is so much negativity. So those who have negative thoughts, they keep increasing that energy. Same is our every thought of love for Baba is world service. Baba also said today in the Murli that 45 minutes you can give a talk, but 15 minutes, if you really sit with those vibrations, the transformation will happen in other soul. And I remember that what Baba is saying is true because I have seen Brahma Baba, but even for me, when we came in knowledge, so we used to say now, somebody, before we didn't had like course in the groups, it was one-to-one. So when any soul is coming, we say now, this soul has to belong to God. So I have to look at that soul as brother, as a soul, and I should be in soul consciousness, and we will practice it properly. And then go and sit and start talking. And you can see that how that soul start experiencing. Even myself also, the sister who talked to me, I just understood that I am soul, Shiva is my father, Paramdham is my home, kingdom is what my inheritance is, and this is the time to go home. That was all knowledge in just 20 minutes. These days we take 20 weeks, right? One lesson, then another after 1 week, then 2 lessons. So one time Dadi Janki said, oh, I want to give course. She sat with someone, explain everything. Mind, intellect, sanskar, how it works, what happens, And other person, still She's still around. She became BK. So that means it's our thoughts, right? And when you truly have love, not you just giving knowledge, but you giving the love for Baba. Mhm. So even now, again, during Tapasya, mm, we had been practicing, but just to even practice, no, we heard after that we had 15 minutes to meditate, and I was practicing both things. The first one was really more, I'm a point of light. And that stillness, that sparkle, that awakening which happens in this little point, I am point of light. So simple. But within 10 minutes, how long I can still remain stable and still in that point of light. 15 minutes is a long time, right? But it's very, very interesting to notice that how this one thought, and I have to be stable, I have to feel that, and how many thoughts come in between. And that's like body, no? Again, body consciousness is pulling. And this practice is very, very important. Baba, in the Murli, when he talked about bodiless stage, so one of main aspect is this awareness of myself as a point of light. So I think it will be very, very good for us to do this as many times we can do today, tomorrow, right? As many times, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, I'm a point of light. You might say, well, I know that we had been doing it, but do it tomorrow and then see how many times, how long you are able to be in that. And then the true experience will begin in many, many different ways. Mm. Because if the essence of all the knowledge is soul consciousness, so just to be a point of light, not anything else we are thinking, just a point of light. I think it's going to be real tapasya. When I say is, it requires a lot of concentration to be in this one thought. And I feel uh, I did now 15 minutes, but I really want to do that tomorrow all the time. And also when you are listening to Murli tomorrow morning, just see which point, knowledge in a point form, in the sense of essence of the knowledge. What is the essence of that point? And then, as we said, that the balance of that, right? Even if I have to churning, as Brahma Baba did for all of us, because churning also is not something intellectually, but internally, like in a very natural way, churning begins. And when churning begins, generally, we say when you churn buttermilk, what happens? Butter comes out, right? So same as our churning will also bring a point, essence like butter. One is detail. So when you have butter, it's definitely more powerful, right? Than if you have a whole glass of milk or buttermilk and a little bit of butter. So that this point of light will get might, right? Knowledge is might. So when I will churn knowledge and I will get butter, so what will butter give? Might, right? So it will be combination of light and might. So then Brahma Baba used to give all the children light and might. No, we hear that he gives Sakash, and Sakash is light and might. That means every thought he sent for any soul, whether it's protection or removing obstacle, it did reach that soul. You heard many stories during these days that Baba sent someone for service, that soul got into some difficulty, and Baba felt it 11 night at 11 o'clock night time, and Baba just sent like direct rays to that soul through the thoughts, and she felt it. Immediately her intellect said, leave this place, go here. She got very clear, and she was protected from something uh, could have happened which was not very pleasant. And so many at that time, sisters were young, they didn't know many things, they were very innocent. So sometimes they will go and they caught up into something which is not good. So how Baba protected his children through light and might. And today, what really people want from all over, uh, anytime I say, okay, what can we do for you? Do you need any help? Oh no, just blessings. We have everything, just good wishes. Mhm. So our good wishes cannot be just saying all the best, right? Good luck. But it should be such that whatever thoughts I send, those good wishes really work. And it's interesting, it can. And then people make sure. And it's not you have to make a lot of effort. You only have to make effort in yourself, this light and might. Keep increasing that. That means every thought will have light and it will have power. Today, one soul came, said, I want to thank you because I was going for a surgery and I called you and you just said it will be okay. Baba is with you. And she said, but these are the words I feel that everything went well. I was very light and wanted to come to thank what I did. Nothing in the sense of I just said it. Mhm. So that means in a very true way, if there is light and might in the soul, it will work the way Brahma Baba, did. So if we have to follow Brahma, so these are like real experiences. And then, the tapasya becomes very meaningful for each one of us. It's not only yes, I have to become like Baba. I have to be complete and perfect, but also I have to serve like Baba. Mm. Baba prepared himself all the time to be in soul consciousness and then go in front of people to talk. And be prepared to have all the points so that I can share. And Baba prepared how to be a point and serve. Mm. Any teacher who wants to give course knows how to give, right? 1 point, 2 point, 8 points, 10. Through remembrance and through practice, we remember those points, right? But Baba says, no, be a point of light. So I think that this tapasya tomorrow will definitely bring lot of power. So your each thought will be like light and might, like rays. Mhm. So anyone you will give good wishes. People go in front of goddesses, gods, or whomever they believe. Just say something in the thoughts, and they get the response. Then they go back again, right, to same goddess. If they don't get their thoughts fulfilled, they won't go back, no? So we have to serve the world. We have to serve the each soul, even within our BK family. Help souls to settle their karmic accounts because they are also very strong. Whether it is of mind, mind loses enthusiasm, mind loses hope, mind could, so many things happen with the mind. It could be the body, it could be relationships, anything. So tapasya is of course for myself, but tapasya also is to increase my light and might in the thought so that I can consistently serve, and every thought becomes like blessings. So Baba's Murli was very powerful. uh, and some of us think about it are very, very lovely. And for us, we need to have detachment too, right? And some are so detached that we need also to be lovely. And it's so interesting when someone said one is to be detached and other is to disconnect, right? If we don't stay connected, it's only connection which brings power, right? Any kind of connection. Like as soon as you find that you are losing this balance, you start having thoughts of frustration and subtle anger and not seeing person responded to your love. You did so much with so much love, but other person didn't appreciate what you need at that time. Before going into details of actions, just be detached. This word in Hindi, nyara, is a very beautiful word. Even we use word detach. But this is just like, okay, go beyond everything. And if you are truly nyara, you definitely will be loving. Pyara, nyara, pyara. So each one of us are looking at that balance and remain very stable, no emotionally not moved into sorrow or being deceived and all that. And Baba said, if you are truly detached, you will be loving. And if you are loving, you will need to be detached also. So Baba gave this such a beautiful balance. And I was telling someone the image which comes in my mind was seesaw. No, two children, two people sit on both sides. So sometimes you go up, then down, then up and down. And I remember we used to see if we could balance it and make it straight and still, right? In a way, it's so beautiful. Whole day you could play, right? If you want to stay internally very calm and nice and good, uh, keep saying, "Oh, what's happening to me? Is what I lost, love or detachment?" And then you again look into that and balance yourself in a proper way. Okay, so all these are practices we have for tomorrow. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Journey, gift from God, pearls of wisdom from Dadi Gulzar.
सबके दिल में एक बाबा, मेरा बाबा, मीठा बाबा। बाबा के प्यार की ट्रेन में आए। तो खुशी है, हाँ? खुशी है। जो सदा खुश रहते हैं वो हाथ उठाओ। सदा खुश, सदा खुश, कुछ भी हो जाए लेकिन खुशी नहीं जाए। क्यों? कि खुशी जैसी कहते हैं खुराक नहीं, खुशी जैसी कोई और बड़ी चीज नहीं है। खुशी है तो जीवन है। और खुशी की कमाल पता है क्या है? जो किसी चीज में नहीं है। वो कमाल कौन सी है? देखो, कोई भी चीज आपके पास है, आप किसको देते हो तो आपके पास वो कम होती है, होगी ना कम। लेकिन खुशी ऐसी चीज है जो जितना देंगे उतनी बढ़ेंगी, कम नहीं होती। इसीलिए बाबा ने भी मूल्यों में बीच बीच में पूछा है, खुशी कभी कभी तो नहीं रहती है। जब बाबा दिल में बैठा है तो बाबा के साथ खुशी भी है, शक्तियां भी है, सब है ना। या तो पूरा दिल में बिठाया नहीं है, इसीलिए होती। तो आए हो मधुबन में, भाग्य है आपका जो यहाँ तक पहुंचे हो। अभी यहाँ से क्या वरदान लेके जाएंगे? भूलना क्या होता है? भगवान को, बाबा को वो भूल जाए। सदा मेरे दिल में साथी है। ऐसा अनुभव होता है यहाँ कि अभी भी दिल में नहीं बैठा है, उसकी खुशी नहीं है। जो समझते हैं मधुबन में आके बाबा मेरा साथ है, ये अनुभव एक नेचुरल होता है, वो हाथ उठाओ, बड़ा हाथ उठाओ। नेचुरल, मेहनत नहीं करनी पड़ती। तो हमको भी खुशी है कि आप सभी अपने घर में पहुंच गए। इसलिए बहुत बहुत मुबारक है, मुबारक है, मुबारक। बाबा हमारे कंबाइंड है। कोई भी बात मुश्किल लगे, आप बस संकल्प करो, बाबा, बाबा हाजिर। इसी बात को हाजिर जब भी कहो तब हाजिर हो जाता है ना, इसीलिए वो सर्वव्यापी कह दिए। लेकिन हम समझते हैं कि सर्वव्यापी नहीं है, लेकिन बाबा का प्यार है, इसीलिए सहज हो जाता। ओम शांति। अभी यहाँ से जाएंगे तो यहाँ से लेके क्या जाएंगे? जो बाबा का प्यार यहाँ सभी का देखा, अपने दिल का भी देखा, वो प्यार सदा दिल में रहे। इसलिए बाबा ने अपने मूल्यों में कहा है कि एक शब्द छोड़ के जाना। कौन सा शब्द? बाबा कहता है याद में रहते हो? तो कोई कोई कहता है कभी कभी, और कहते हैं प्यारे से प्यारा बाबा है। प्यारी चीज कभी भूलती है क्या? तो यहाँ क्या करके जाएंगे? अपने मन में ये दृढ़ संकल्प करो, संकल्प नहीं, दृढ़ संकल्प करो कि सदा एक तो खुश रहेंगे, खुशी नहीं गमाएंगे। दूसरा, सदा माया जीत बनेंगे।
हद का प्यार आपने हमको है दिया, हीरा हमें बना कर श्रृंगार है किया। श्रीमत से मन चमन को आवाज हम करें, किन शब्दों में आपका धन्यवाद करें।
Om Shanti. So tomorrow is another week study. Monday, our schedule will remain same, including 5 times yoga bhakti, half an hour. So now let's get our homework for tomorrow. So would like to invite our angel, Sister Gayatri. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Om Shanti, good evening. And I think Sister Mohini has talked about tomorrow's homework in a very beautiful way, in which she described what this point is all about. And Baba loves the point. He was saying the whole point of your Brahmin life is to become a point. And so the context for tomorrow's homework, January 24th, is Baba is talking, I'm going to start with the Tapasya soul. And so he's saying a Tapasya soul practicing remembrance and practicing being a point is able to apply the method of using the knowledge received from Baba. To become a point, we need to use the knowledge. The point, the essence of the knowledge emerges that point. So many points, he says, we get from the Murli every day. And so we have a method in which we keep the points in our intellect throughout the whole day, and we keep remembering them. And as I call it, ruminating it, just thinking about it. But there's another method, he says, in which if we use this method, we will make the points of the Murli become successful in our lives, because we will experience the points of knowledge from the Murli, and we will then become the embodiment of those points in our actions when we become the point of the soul. So this is the balance he wants us to have, to be the embodiment of the point of knowledge, how many points of knowledge I take from the Murli of the day, become the embodiment of those points, experience those points. And then to be the point, who is experiencing those points of knowledge? It's the point, the soul, that being of light, that Jyoti Bindu. And both should happen together. And he says, what will then result is that there will be an increase in the power to perform elevated actions. So I like that very much because it connects to today's Murli, in which Baba was talking about how to be a karma yogi. So if you connect this to the point in today's Murli, you're going to get the full picture of what Baba is talking about in the balancing of the 2 points. So tomorrow's homework, if we could have the slide up, Tapasya means. And what does Tapasya mean? It means the balance of the 2 points. To be a point, the soul, Jyoti Bindu, and to become the embodiment of the points of knowledge. So that means our nature of a tapasvi soul will be soul consciousness. That point will be soul consciousness. I'm a soul. And then I would listen to Baba's points of knowledge, and I will stay with the essence of the points in order to become the embodiment of what I'm hearing him say. And to become the embodiment of the point is one, applying it in my life, but also understanding the meaning and experiencing the meaning as I hear those points. And of course, the sanskara I'd like you to add on to incorporeal, viceless, and egoless is a sanskara that Baba told us today, that we should have this natural sanskara of paying attention. Because for the balance of the 2 points tomorrow, we would need to pay a little bit of attention in the way we are listening to the Murli. The awareness for our 10:24, our 10 minutes, 24 times, starting at 3:30 in the morning and concluding at 9:30 in the night. The awareness we will take into those 10 minutes every time we do it is, when I churn a point of knowledge, I should stay with the essence of the meaning in the awareness of soul consciousness. That is, being a living point of light. So just don't let the intellect think of the point of knowledge and think of even the essence of the meaning of the point of the knowledge. But remember, I need to be in soul consciousness when I'm doing that. I need to remember, I, the soul, I am the living point of light, and I am understanding the essence of the meaning of the point of knowledge I'm churning. So let that be in your awareness every 10 minutes that you remember Baba throughout the day, but bring this in your awareness. So you're going to pay attention. And so this is the ekagrata. This is the concentration you're going to have, the determination of pulling your mind away from all the distractions and focusing the intellect, focusing on Eknami, connecting to one Baba and having just that 1 point of knowledge at a time. You may have many throughout the day, but use one at a time for your 10 minutes. Connect to Eknami, to Baba with that point, and then be in a stable stage And that stable stage could be a point, a bodiless being, a living point of light, a Jyoti Bindu. Stay in that stage and then stay in your solitude. Be like that tortoise. Just pull all your senses in and let it be concentrated. Let your senses cooperate with you. And don't be in the bondage of your senses. So that's the solitude you will be in tomorrow. And then, of course, don't forget your chart of balancing your head and your heart. And you will, in doing your chart, of course, you're going to write it as a master with love and humility. And you're going to do your creative expressions as a child with creativity and innocence. But in writing the chart, explore that when you're a point, a soul, a Jyoti Bindu, and you're experiencing a point of knowledge and you have this balance, how do you experience that? What does it feel like? How is that embodiment of that knowledge? What is it doing for you? So capture that in your journal tomorrow. Write the experience of this balance. And I'm sure it will be very fascinating. And now we'll go to Baba's room. And today we will experience Baba's room in Chaguanas, Trinidad. And we will enter into the silent space and we will connect to Baba's spiritual way of serving us through the power of yoga. And so Baba used to serve the children. As Sister Mohini says, sometimes someone would be going through something. Baba would know that. And he would sit and he would send beautiful, pure thoughts and pure feelings and sakash to that soul. So let's connect to that in his drishti tonight, that spiritual serving that he does through the power of yoga. And so if we could have the follow Father Brahma slide up. So the way we're going to follow Brahma Baba is follow Father Brahma in mastering the method of applied spirituality. Applied spirituality seems a big term, but it literally means this mastering of being the 2 points. At night, Father Brahma stayed awake and served children with the power of yoga. And that is when they say night. Of course, we know sometimes it's all night, but usually at 2 in the morning, Baba would wake up. He used his time of rest to experience knowledge through churning. So in the afternoons, rather than resting, he would use that time to churn knowledge. For him, to listen meant to become. So as soon as he heard what Shiv Baba said, he became it instantly. So we're going to follow Father Brahma in this way. So let us go into the beautiful Baba's room in Chaguanas, Trinidad.
Om Shanti is so point of light and embodiment of knowledge. Jyoti Sarup, Gyan Sarup. 2 words for tomorrow. Jyoti Sarup, Gyan Sarup. Good night and Om Shanti, everyone. Good night.